Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Welcome back. So, Julie, once again, thank you for our 6 nuggets for how we are going to thrive in 2023. Nothing's going to stop this group.
That was fun. Lean in, my friends.
That's it. Lean in and do the work. That's what it's all about. Okay. Everybody can see my screen? Yes? Thumbs up? Okay. Once again, I'm Christi Davidson. Thrilled to be here. 25 years in the business, 20 years with one brokerage that a few of us have been at, and the last 5 years with eXp. Couldn't be more thrilled to be here and be with these rock stars and share, as I call it, the opportunity, because I was what they were called, a lifer. I wasn't going anywhere. So I know we call it eXp Explained. However, I'm going to move this just a second. However, a lifer can always change their mind. And the best thing I ever heard is never assume someone won't leave, because on any given day, something can happen, right? Something can happen. Just like buyers and sellers. I'm never going to sell this house. Well, guess what? Life happens. So same thing with us and our real estate business. And I will tell you, from being a team leader, and I will start this in just a second, from being a team leader of a market center of 600 agents, do you know what we called this time period? It was called moving season. Moving season for agents. Whether they know it or not, they're buying Christmas presents. They're looking at their business that probably isn't quite what it was this time last year. And they're going, And they also have a lot of time on their hands that they may not have had 6 to 8 months ago. Agree? And they may be more open to picking up the phone or having that conversation. And that was me. That was me. So here we go. We are going to go over, obviously, who we are as a brokerage, what our business model looks like from a compensation standpoint, community, collaboration, technology, all of those wonderful assets that we have in our brokerage, and then breaking down any of the team barriers. Well, before we start talking about all of that, it goes back to one man, which is our founder, Glenn Sanford. Obviously, he is a brilliant individual, was a rock star agent, and in his 4th year, sold over 60 million. But guess what? He believed that agents deserved and needed more than what the normal 100-year-old model gave us as real estate professionals. So, hence, eXp was born in 2009. And I will tell you, leadership matters. Leadership mattered to me because it took me a bit of time to do my due diligence, and leadership was one of the qualities I truly cared most about. Every one of us as an agent has probably the top 3 things that are most important. But if I was planning to move my real estate business and a logo that was etched, in my name, I wanted to make sure that the leadership, number one, cared about the business as much as I cared about my decision to move. And they do. And they do for the long haul. Who are we? Well, I love this. We'll get an updated updated one from 2022, I'm sure, here shortly. But as you see, it all began in 2009. Huge milestones, obviously, in 2013, going on the exchange, and then beginning to be recognized for a number of years, launching the Icon program, which is huge for real estate agents, and then going on NASDAQ and being in all 50 states in 2018. And the accolades continued, the momentum continued as more and more agents truly understood that this was the vehicle to earn more money and have financial freedom by doing exactly what we do every day, and that's take care of our buyers and sellers. Fast forward to today, we are now at 86,000 agents in 23 countries. And that just is absolutely unheard of with that kind of growth. And especially with COVID, we had more international expansion than any other brokerage in that time period ever in the history. So we have got momentum. And before I change this, I joined in 2017, right before eXp shareholders, and I was in the 4,000 number. It is unbelievable to think, just in my 5 short years, very short years, quite honestly, that we are where we are and we have made the strides that we have. And it's because of leadership. It's because we're agent owned and agent obsessed, because what we're doing benefits each and every one of us at the highest level. We talk about core values in any corporation. I was a banker for 16 years prior to getting in real estate. And the one thing that was always talked about was culture. Well, when you look at ours, how wonderful, in addition to collaboration, sustainability, it goes back to we are here for the long haul, transparency, all of those things, community, innovation. My favorite is fun, has its own category, because I tell you what, we work hard. Sometimes real estate can get tough, but we as a brokerage and we as a community, we try to make it a whole lot of fun. And I think we do an incredible job at doing that and building connectivity. Our business model. Well, I won't bore you with the ones on the left, because guess what? First two aren't, well, there's only one Blockbuster left, and it's in Alaska or somewhere, Washington.
Oregon.
However, where is it?
Oregon.
Oregon. Okay. All right. Well, one dying soldier still. We are Netflix, we're Amazon, we are all of those, because in today's environment and in our customers and agents DNA, everybody wants things faster, quicker, and better. Wouldn't you agree? That's what we deliver. And the others are no longer around except one. Okay, well, over 100 years ago, when the first franchise was built, you know, you had to have brick and mortar, that big fancy building. You had a smaller network. No really growth incentives given to the agent. Just how hard can you work for me being the broker, right? And very limited technology and support. Fast forward to today, where at eXp, we literally have our education, our tools, everything in our cloud-based environment, and it's at our fingertips. We have real-time support that's not just 8 to 5 if you can find some support. And one of these days, word has it, because we're already global, but because we will be so global, we may even have 24-hour support one of these days, who knows? And then the opportunity, the first line, obviously, It is not just what is my commission and what is my split. We actually become owners and we actually have the opportunity for passive income if we plug in and if we choose to take the time to do it. Well, who are we? Here's who we are. Once again, compensation. It is not just the commissions. The commissions are great. You keep more of your money, you know. No franchise fees, no royalty fees. We've got the revenue share program. We've got the equity awards for milestones. And on top of it, added was health insurance, which over the past, the whole time I've been in real estate, that was one of my biggest beefs is health insurance, because we all need it. We were always told, sure, go get it in the marketplace. Pardon my French, it sucked and it cost a whole lot of money. Well, that's not the case with eXp, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Our community. We build truly an international community and collaboration. We share best practices. It's not Christi is holding on to the very best of the best, and I'm not going to share it with Tom or Julie or Mike. Guess what? I want to share it. I want everyone successful. And why do I want to do that? I want to do it because every one of us are owners. And when you win, I win, we all win, and we win together. And we win equally. How about that? So it's just a phenomenal community, the mentorship, as well as all of the ability to connect and build community. Cloud-based. Obviously, we are the first to disrupt the market in 2009. You had to go to the office. Do you know, as a team leader, how much time and energy I used to spend trying to get my agents to physically come to a team meeting? Oh my God, I don't want to go to the traffic. I don't want to do this. It was a nightmare. It's not necessary. Guess what? To our benefit and all of the agents within eXp, none of us have to do that. We can operate from anywhere in the world, and we have our own operating tools, systems, and platforms. And boy, when COVID hit, were we ready? And we just saw great growth. That's one of the reasons. We've talked about our campus, our cloud campus environment, obviously, work from anywhere, instant access, and the paperless training platform. Compensation. Once again, it's not just about what is my commission and what is my split. God bless all the agents, because there is more to us as a real estate professional. We should be able to keep as much money and for our hard work and for our family. So obviously 80-20, it's very simple and straightforward. $16,000 cap. If you're at 3%, that's sales of 2.677 million. And how about this? If you really are a high-level producer, have an incredible year, and you do an additional approximate 20 transactions in that year, wow, your $16,000 will be awarded back to you in eXp stock. What a gift, what a gift. I've seen it change lives in the 5 years. What a gift. Startup cost. Well, these are nominal, obviously. All we have with all of the technology, all of the education, the support, the platform, the marketing, you'll see that $85 a month. We have our own, each and every one of us have our own business. It's called real estate. We have a real estate business. Where else can you operate your real estate business, have incredible support, incredible education, incredible technology for a whopping $85 a month? You can't. You can tell I feel very strongly about that. Startup fee is $149. Of course, that includes your first month's brokerage fee. And then with each transaction, you will have a $25 compliance transaction review fee and a $40 risk management or E&O. So from each transaction, it's only $65. And from where I came from, that didn't even cover my E&O. And another huge advantage is that for teams and agents that do large volume, that E&O is capped. That's unheard of. So that's pretty phenomenal as well from a financial standpoint. So what I always like to share is that even when I was looking at making the move, I looked at it being 3 funnels of income instead of just one. Obviously, the one every real estate agent and broker has in the world is commissions, right? We know that one. That's easy. Second one is ownership, and we're gifted and awarded ownership 5 different milestones. You don't do anything differently on a given day than help your clients, and you are made an owner. I was an owner at my former brokerage, one of the independently owned offices down in the Corpus Christi, Texas area, down on the Gulf Coast. But guess what? I had to save and write a really, really big check to get a very small percentage. And oh, by the way back when, I didn't realize this as an owner of a franchise. If it wasn't profitable, I got to write a check. Isn't that fun? No. So we are gifted ownership awards without the liability of owning a franchise as well. That's huge. Huge. So I'm going to go back to the revenue share. So, whoops. Sorry about that. I'm getting ahead of myself. Hold on. I've got a fast finger. I'll stay here because it's not cooperating. The third funnel is passive income revenue share. The concept has been around since Gary Keller created profit share. It was brilliant. It actually was a brilliant concept. However, fast forward 35, 40 years now, being an agent being awarded profit is now pretty saturated in the sense that with bricks and mortars and leadership and all of that, there just are not that much in profits to share. Glenn Sanford, however, said, wow, what if we reward our agents for helping tell our story, share the opportunity, and grow this company? It would be like getting referrals on every transaction, those agents that we sponsored and then those agents sponsored that we continue to support and coach in their real estate business. Wow, we get a piece of that. And oh, by the way, we will award it to you in 7 cascading levels, right? And what you're seeing now, obviously, is tier 1, and there are no limits. Those are direct sponsored agents by you. And this is a graph of if it is a capping agent, meaning they have paid their $16,000 cap, you will be awarded as they produce up to $2,800 a year, and then it starts over. If you have 5 in your first level, as this shows, and then your second tier, you would have the opportunity, and this is also 3,200, you would be able to be rewarded with $3,200 plus the $2,800 per agent up to. And so when we look at in the old days, and I say old days, God, I've been in the business world a long time, but it's been almost, 45 years, something like that. In the old days, when I was in the banking business, they had things called 401ks, retirement accounts. I'll ask you, how many invitations have you received to any realtor retirement party? Anybody? No, because guess what? You can have the highest volume producing agent and they could have saved nothing. All they are being given is what they've earned. It's my commission and what is my split. There is nothing in the future, 3, 5, 10, 20 years down the road, that there is anything financially that will be there for them when they choose to retire or slow down, because at some point we might. But this gives us 3 funnels. Revenue share is our passive income. It's paid into your account monthly as your agents produce. And oh, by the way, on our platform, which we'll get to in our tools, what's phenomenal is it is real time. I don't know any other place, and I still get statements and $8 checks from Profit Share, believe it or not, after being there 20 years. That's pretty sad. Anyway, this is a much more viable option for us as real estate professionals. Wow, healthcare. I remember being, and many of you might as well, when leadership a number of years ago stood on stage and said, this is agents, this is your company, what do you need? Everybody's hand went up. Would somebody please figure out how to get us incredible health care at a really reasonable price? Fast forward, done, because we're agent obsessed. We as agents have the opportunity, and it's a buffet. Every one of us are at different stages in our life. There's some very young agents. There's some that have been in the business a while like me. So I might choose something different in my plan. However, what I will tell you is that from the corporate plan that Bobby and I were on a handful of years ago with Dell, and they have obviously some of the best, this matches, if not exceeds it, and saves us money. So what a gift for us as agents to simply have this option. It's a game changer. Cloud-based. Well, so we get to work anywhere we are. How about that as being freedom? We like financial freedom. We'd all like to be able to have financial freedom, and we'd all like to have freedom of where we can operate our business. If we're traveling, if we're with family, we're able to access everybody and everything we need because of our eXp world. On our platform, obviously, we've got our enterprise, which is our business intelligence, our transaction management, our community platform, CRM, lead generation. Who doesn't need leads? We all need leads. Live training, archive training, and more resources. This is what, and I am not, I can do our MLS and play it like Beethoven, but I am not what one would call a techie. And I know I hear that a lot from friends that are with other places, and they're like, well, I'm not techie. Let me tell you what, if you can operate your cell phone, you are more than able to run your real estate business on our platforms, and they are intuitive and they are getting better and better. I say, if you can click a button, you can run your you can run your platform. And oh, by the way, it's real time and it's information that we want. Transaction management. I always talk about, I used a different system before, and when I talk to other agents, I said, I call this the green light, yellow light, red light system. Because when you're in the platform and you are uploading all your documents, how easy is it from our compliance to go, oh, green, good. Everything is correct. They have everything that they need. Uh-oh, I've got a yellow, caution. I've got to do something with that one. Or red. What did I forget to do? So it's your red light, green light, yellow light. And once again, it's at our fingertips at any time. And I will say, we have got an incredible, and I can probably speak for most. We close at the table. I have never, ever had an issue, problem in my 5 years at making sure my paperwork was at the title company where it needed to be, and it got funded and I got my money same day. And that says a lot. And I hear when I talk to a number of agents and I mention this, they go, oh my God, I have to wait like 2 or 3 weeks sometimes. And I'm like, for what? They're like, well, they put it in their account, in the broker's account, and then they write me a check. Oh, no. Ours is very streamlined, very efficient. Community platform. Once again, I always love this. When I'm talking to agents about the opportunity, one of the things they say is, I need people, I need a community. And I go, oh my gosh, we are one community. And in fact, when Bobby and I traveled over to Italy, it was in spring. It was so fun to be able to reach out. Guys, we were able to reach out to agents, go have dinner, go brainstorm with them that were with eXp. I couldn't even stand myself. I made the greatest contacts from us traveling, and I wanted to meet agents and see how other things were. Now, you talk about collaboration and connectivity. We have all of our groups that are on our platform, that are in our workplace. We have, and when we talk about leads, I also visit and tell agents, do you have the ability to go and immediately reach out to other agents when one of your clients needs help in another part of the country, another state? Well, no, what do you mean by that? I go, I have 86,000 agents that are there at my fingertips that I can help take care of my clients. Oh, wait, that's a referral. That's business. And then on top of it, I have the ability to be a receiving referral. Do y'all have that? Oh, well, no. Well, we do. There's however and whatever your interests are, you have the ability to connect and to communicate. Wow. The one thing Glenn Sanford said when he created eXp is what? What do real estate agents far and above anything else? Leads, leads, leads. And so what he did, instead of trying to recreate the wheel, partnered with the best of the best and went, oh, this is what we are going to have as part of what we offer to our agents, because wow, they need leads to stay in business, and a CRM and a website. And so that all of those leads go to them, they don't go to the broker to figure out who their pet of the week is. They go to the agent. How cool is that? So all of that is is part of our whopping $85 a month to have your real estate business with us. Live training. I think this is actually now up to 80 hours. Y'all, if you look at the training calendar every week. And you attended it, none of us would ever have one moment to sell any real estate. And guess what? That's the beauty of it, because it's geared to where everyone is in their real estate business. How beautiful is that? You can listen to icons, you can listen to the best of the best, you can listen to an current market best practices. It's different than it was 6 months ago, isn't it? So all of our agents willing to share so that every one of us win. And whether it's generating for buyers, sellers, whether it's your social media and the best practices, it's all there at our fingertips. Once again, our real-time support. Once again, I know as a former team leader who ran a 12-person staff, okay, I felt very strongly about taking care of my agents. However, I was held by leadership. I had to be in meetings pretty much all day long. So if an agent had a question, how difficult was it to get a hold of me? And I hated it, but that's what I had to do. Well, guess what? At eXp, they are at your fingertips. You go straight into the broker, whatever state you're in, you go to accounting, you go to agent services. They're all at your fingertips. And oh, by the way, look at our support team times that we're available. It's a little more than 8 to 5. Community. I think I've already talked about how I feel about community and all of the friendships that I have made and been fortunate to make across the nation. I don't know how someone can possibly say there isn't community, because our major events, eXp Con, eXp shareholders, all the other events that are created throughout the year are opportunities to network with other agents, build the referral base, and build those relationships. I truly am very blessed to have so many wonderful relationships. And guess what? Julie, who gave us all the nuggets earlier, she was a founding member, or one of the reasons, of One eXp. And then everything just ballooned from that. How wonderful is it that we've got a brokerage that recognizes all of us? My goodness, we all are just a little bit different, and how beautiful to have more connectivity with those other individuals that are in very specific parts of the world. It's wonderful. Power girls, Latinos, all of it. It's fabulous. eXp Life. What a great online news resource. It highlights some of our most fabulous agents, what they do in their community, how they're achieving success at a very high level, maybe what they've overcome. I'm kind of a Dateline girl. I like stories. I like stories. Love it. International collaboration. I think I've already talked about that, and how strong our referral network is internally. Right now, we are continuing to expand. We're in 23 countries. I think we've got 3 more possibly by the end of the year, first quarter. Pretty phenomenal. And we are agent owners. Isn't it nice that leadership thought that agents should be represented by an agent advisory council? These individuals, we can all apply, but these individuals are our voice and a very important part of our leadership. Current members and new members, and I know that right now I think they just finished taking applications. And then on top of it, we have trusted vendors, tools, and services that make actually doing our real estate business that much easier. Look at all of our vendors. So I know I went fast. It's the Google satellite view. For those that are on, whoever invited you, and you want more information, please thank them and reach back out to them. I'm going to stop sharing my screen at this point. Does anybody have any questions? Would like to insert anything? Everybody was good, huh?
Everybody's
you can tell I'm very passionate about this, and I did a lot of due diligence before I made the move. So for those of you that are talking to agents that have a very long history and track record, here's what I say: knowledge is power. I tell this to agents that I speak to. I can never, I wish I was this magical. I can't make anyone join us or move their real estate business to eXp Realty, where I think it is the most incredible opportunity ever in the history of real estate. I can't do that. I'm not that magical. However, what I feel compelled to do is to at least share with them what's available to them as a professional and what's available to their family as well, because there's a whole lot more to real estate than just working harder and harder and only earning commissions. Just like with any other business, we want to take care of our family. And a lot of us, when we gather together, freedom is really, what the mantra is. And it can be financial freedom, it can be personal, but what freedom really means is being able, this is what it means to me, is being able to make choices that you want to make, when you want to make them, and for what reason you want to make them. Not anything else. That's financial freedom and personal freedom. And I just don't know of any other brokerage that allows us as professionals the ability to do that.
Christi, you did a wonderful job. I love it. Nice.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. You're so very sweet.
Thank you. In fact, 2 months ago, I believe I was featured in the Agent Live from eXp, and I really was surprised when they picked my story. It's phenomenal. 5 years ago, I was in food stamp, because of the inspiration that I had 3 years ago with eXp. I was able to pay off my house and living in my own. So very wonderful. Thanks to eXp and the opportunity that we have to grow, learn, and change, do it together. I think collaboration is the new currency that we have, and that we have at eXp. Thanks.
Beautiful. I love that. The collaboration is the new currency. And I'm going to go back and reread your eXp Live. I made it for the first time this last time when we were at eXp Sprint. So that was kind of fun. And boy, did we get filled with incredible knowledge when we were there in Denver. So thank you for saying that. And I'm going to go back and read your eXp Live. Any other thoughts, comments?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to throw my 2 cents in really quick, everybody. I see a lot of people here that I know, and I see a few that I don't. And for those that I know, it's always a pleasure, guys. After 5 years, and I tell Glenn when I do have the opportunity to see him that I'm thankful in a number of ways for having been in the business for 28 years and 5 years now with eXp. Most folks may not understand that I wasn't married when I came to eXp, and Christi, who has been providing us this, this really nice overview of the business was my team leader at KW. And she came to me 5 years ago and said, "Hey, Bob," and by the way, I had a little bit of a background in businesses and mergers and acquisition, and kind of knew how to vet a company. She's like, would you do me a favor and vet this company for me?" And I said, "Sure, I'll do that." And so I sat down over a couple of nights and I vetted the company, and I came back and I told her, after 20 years for her, 23 years for me at KW, guys, I said, "Christi, you may not like this, but I would highly recommend, based on what I've seen, that you make a move at this point." I knew where she was with her career and what she wanted to do, and I had the unique opportunity to really take a good hard look at it from an outsider's in kind of point of view. And there's a lot of information that's out there, but when you look at the health of the company and you look at the opportunity and you look at the faces that we have here on the on this Zoom call, guys, this is a game-changing opportunity. And by the way, the best part was I told her, "You better make the move, because I'm going to make the move." And she was my team leader at the time. 6 months later, I proposed and she married me. So I often thank Glenn, and I tell him that, one, thank you for the opportunity to come work for such a great company. Two, thank you for the opportunity to actually talk to my team leader and convince her that this is the right place to come and that I'm the right person for her to marry. So I think you guys may be familiar with probably Dave and Tracy and the Meta wedding a year or so ago, but I always joke that this was probably the first wedding that was actually arranged because of the company. Long story short, off of all of the off the slides that you've seen and all the stories you've heard, there is this is a business organization that you come to and you make the business that you want. There are opportunities that are laid out there. Everything may fit, everything may not fit, but there are so many different opportunities and opportunities to collaborate. I love the collaboration, because I talk through collaboration all the time. That is the commodity. I think as we come into the next several years, that is the commodity of growth for most of us, is the ability to collaborate, reach across boundaries, reach across continents in this case, and make a difference. So for those of you that may not already be with us, take a good hard look at it, because you'll make more great friends. You'll have more good business. If you're a believer in getting up in the morning, having a meaning in life, getting the opportunity to meet new people, and make a difference in other people's lives, this is absolutely the place to take a look at and to consider very strongly. So in any case, I want to throw my little bit of advertisement, and thank you very much for eXp for, one, giving me a great business opportunity, two, for introducing me to my wife, and in a different kind of way probably for most people, but and all you folks that I've had the opportunity to meet before, and in events and over 5 years, and for those that I look forward to seeing again at a number of our upcoming events. So guys, if you haven't made the decision yet, consider it strongly. If you ever want to chat and just talk about some of the things that Christi talked about, feel free to reach out. We'd love to chat. We'd love to talk with you.
Thank you so much, Bobby. Anybody else have any questions? We're coming up on our 5-minute break, and we'll be back at 6:30, if not. And coming up next is the fabulous Bob Mangold, who is on with us right now.
Mr. Mangold,
one of my
How you
new
doing,
dear
guys?
friends.
Hey, it's always best to come on after people have been on a call for 2 hours. That's like the premier spot that everybody wants. It's dinner time. You've been listening for 2 hours. Bring that Bob guy on.
Oh, you know what?
Rush it. We're all coming on.
We saved the best for last. Don't you watch The Voice?
Right.
Oh, is that
I
what
have
it
to-
is?
I have to sit there and wait for the ending. I'm like, what the heck? Right? So we'll be back at 6:30. Tom, you had your hand up. Love, where'd he go? He's gone. No, there he is.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Do you have your hand up, Tom?
No, I did not have my hands up. Yeah, we're coming back right at the 30-minute mark. No matter what time zone you are in, the 30-minute mark, you guys don't want to miss Bob Mangold teaching you how to build a massive revenue share organization and live the life you've all dreamt of.
That's it. See you shortly.